So good morning, guys, or afternoon. I don't know what it is. Sunday, it's like 92 or 3 degrees out. They're saying maybe tornado come through here. It's like 92 degrees, 90% humidity. It is hot. Well, good morning, guys. I just wanted to interrupt this video, kind of let you know some stuff that's coming up. If you haven't, hit like and subscribe. We are taking this bus this weekend to Miss Senawal State Campground, and so yeah, that video is going to be coming out, and then we're also going to be going to the East Coast in about a week and a half after that. We're going to go to Central Pennsylvania, we're going to go to Philly, we're going to go to Chicontee Island, I believe, where they have the horses, and then we're going to go to Washington, D.C. and back. So a bunch of videos coming up. I've also been trying to think, I'm going to rebuild my jet ski, or actually put it back together. So that's going to be coming back out. And then I just wanted to show you again this battery inside. The video for this weekend will be coming out next Friday. So this is my Redodo battery again, and I've got it in this case. So this is a 100 amp hour mini 12.8 LiPo 4. So you can put it in any configuration you want, but this has more watt hours than one of those 160 pound 8D batteries. And so I've got a link I'll put on here, but I kind of built this up. I've got a solar charge controller on there, and what I've done is put a battery state of charge. And so right now I've got 0.12 amp draw on it. This tells me the amount of time I've got left in the battery. But what I've done on the front of this case, and I got this at Harbor Freight, it just fit it perfect, is I put a light on here, and so you can see that draws 5 watts. I've also, for the solar charge controller, I've put this input here, so I just plug it in and then it charges the battery. The other one, I put a 50 amp Anderson plug, so I can plug in inverters straight to the battery. I also, if you flick this switch, it turns on USB chargers. I also put some fans. Sorry about that, I turned the video off. This sucks in air and then blows it out over here, but I've got the USB on here, and I can turn that off. And then this also has my cooler, and so we may be taking a pontoon boat out this weekend, so I'll just throw this battery on the pontoon and I can run the cooler, and then we can charge cell phones, we can do all of that. So I'll go ahead and turn that back off, but I love that battery. And the other thing I'm trying, I've got a soft start that I put on one of the air conditioners, but I've also got one of those inverter portable AC units, and I want to throw it in here. I've got it for our house just to supplement our bedroom, but I want to throw it in here and see how it works this weekend. So I've got like I said, that video coming out, that'll be next Friday. We've got the soft starts, that'll be coming out, so I'll just stay tuned for more. Like I said, hit like and subscribe. I'll throw you back in the video. Got my bus in storage, and this is a family, it's family coach. It's a Nexus Ghost, couple year old. It's got the international chassis, the 6.7 liter, I think it is, ISB engine. It's a Cummins diesel. It's got 2 slides, it's got one there, and one on this side. It's got the air ride suspension, air brakes. I think it's got like a 12,000 pound hitch. It's got a 6,000 or 8,000 watt diesel generator on it, and the start side will work, but the house side won't. So they started the generator up and the microwave will turn on, but with or without the generator, the 12 volt house lights won't turn on and the ACs won't work. The slide outs run off of the start batteries. So I'm gonna jump into it and see if I can figure out what exactly is wrong. So really nothing will work off of the 12 volt house batteries and the generator except for the microwave. So I'm going to tear into it. Be something fun. It's Aaron's garage, I guess. Show you over here. My mother had a 1987 Riva scooter, so I tore it apart. Just got it back together and runs like a champ. Cleaned it up, tore the carburetor apart, and gotta check this out. 1987. She runs pretty good. The other thing I'm working on is I've got a, I think it's 1987 too, Kawasaki jet ski. And the engine, I bought it almost like this. And I put a PJS modified cylinder and head and pipe, it's over there on it. And it didn't run real well. It ran really good, and then it leaned up. I think the carbs, my Loctite didn't work well enough and came off of the motor, so I got to get this thing fixed. The problem is I need a head gasket, and they don't make the 700cc PJS Viper motor parts anymore, so I'm going to try to get it going. But I'm going to dive into this and get some stuff opened up, and we'll bring you along. It'll be a different video, kind of showing the ins and outs of this guy. I'll get it working, and they're gonna come, I think, on Saturday and pick it up. So I kind of got a deadline, but thought it'd be a neat challenge. I got everything, knock on wood, working on my bus. It's not fun anymore. So I opened some bays up here. So this is the outside of it. These are the batteries. So it looks like we've got two 12 volt batteries in here. This is not real sure what it is. Just a electrical termination box. Come around here on the back. This is the inverter. So I'm not sure what it runs. And then if we come back to the inside, it's not as bad as I thought in here. Underneath the bed, this is a box, AC and some DC, I guess. And nice little rat's nest of stuff. So the big thing is nothing works except for what's run off of the start batteries. But like I said, if he starts the generator, the microwave works, but his ACs won't. So I think there's a DC component to the air conditioners. And so I think some of the stuff, the AC, I think some of it's run off of the shore and the generator, and then some of it, only some of this panel is run off of the inverters. So I'm gonna dig into it a little bit. It kind of sounds like a fuse or a breaker or something. So I think I found it, but I've got to give Brad credit because he kind of pointed me in the right direction. So there's a solenoid that turns the 12-volt battery on. I've got the meter up here. So here's where the battery comes in, right there. And then this goes back to the inverter. So then we come over here, we've got 12.8, and then we come down here and we've got 12.8. And then when I turn it on, I get 4.4. If I turn it off, it turns off. The other one that's got me wondering is this guy. So this says 12.9. This one says 12.83. And this says charge battery. So there's another switch. I don't know where that is. But I think this is bad. I gotta look it up. I don't know why you'd get 4 volts across that, not 12. So I'm gonna go check some more stuff out. So yeah, when I come back here and I check, I don't know if this flipped upside down or not. If I check anything back here, it's 4 volts. So 4 volts isn't enough to do anything. So it's got to be a bad solenoid. But I think, I don't know, that one that says charge has got me wondering too. It's got 12.9 on one side and 12.8 on the other. So I need to find a switch for that. And then I need to read about those solenoids, see why we'd only be getting 4 volts out of it. But that switch is right here. So we'll turn her off. See if I can find another switch. This is the dash. So I'll show some of the inside. So these seats, I don't know if they're, no, they're not air ride, but this is the International chassis up front here. So you've got your gear selectors, there's air brakes, and there's air ride in the back. 2 coach seats, and then what we liked is on the Super Cs is the bed over the top. There's a chair here and a couch here. I think it folds out into a bed. There's the kitchen, and so I think this will flip up, give you some more countertop area. There's some more countertop, microwave. You can hear the wind out there. This is the dinette. I think that folds into a bed. So this slide out here, so this will go all the way out. Got a refrigerator and freezer combo. And then coming back here, you got 2 bunks. So these Super Cs are great as far as room. This is the master bed. Back here, it's usually not up in the air. Air conditioner. And then this is the bathroom. So they've got a nice sink area. It's not huge, but it gets the job done. Toilet. And then a shower with a skylight. So they bought this new. It's been a good coach. Just don't use it much. And try to get the 12 volt running for them. Well, I'm in this relay box and I think I figured out what's going on here. But basically the main battery, or the house battery anyway, comes in here, comes up, and then that goes to the inverter. And this one daisy chains to different things in the house. And then the 12 volt load switch is this one. So from here to here. So then this wire going to these, and then the other one that goes inside to the house. And when you hit this relay, somehow it's 12.8 volts and then 4 volts. And then this relay, this wire right here, found out it goes to the chassis battery, or for the engine starter. And then the relay is controlled by this blue wire that comes over to this Bird 909. And so basically you have, because it daisy chained around, you have the house battery here and your chassis battery here. So when you turn your ignition on and the truck's running, then basically the alternator will push charge back into the battery, the house battery. And when you're charging this battery, when you're plugged into shore, then it turns itself on and it will charge your start batteries. And then also there's a wire for your generator too, but it seems like it'd be the same one. But basically it monitors these two batteries and then opens itself up. So at any rate, these two, this relay, whether it's on or off, because that's the control, they're connected. So I think the relay got kind of welded itself together, so it never shuts. All of this stuff is like one, that's a ground. All of that stuff's like welded together, because you can hear it, but it doesn't change these. They're still connected. And this one, when you power the relay, it only sends 4 volts to it. So I got 2 new relays coming. So I think that's it. The thing with the relay, I got the codes for them. I couldn't get this exact one, but this one, see how the feet are like 90 degrees away from each other? The one I've got coming, the foot's there and the foot's over here. So that's not a big deal. Otherwise, the relay's the same. So we'll wait for that to come in, and then I'll change them out. Hopefully that'll get it working. All right, guys. Well, on the Nexus Ghost, Brad ordered this guy right here, this battery monitor. So I think I'm gonna stick it like here or here, but in order to do that, I've got to get a hole down into here. Basically, it's a shunt. So I've got to try to get that hole drilled, and then I'll mount that on the negative post of the battery. He ordered one, and I got a 300 ampere, but the wire in this is the same thing, so I'm going to go ahead and work on it now. The other thing too, we ended up figuring out both of those are bad, so we got those ordered. And then we're going to put in some Bluetooth thermostats. And so they look just like this one, but it's Bluetooth. That way you can do it with your phone. There's another one over here, except for some reason, that one we might not be able to put it on. And then the other is we want to future this for solar panels. So I got a fitting for the roof. So I've been trying to figure out how to get it from the roof down into this bay, and looking at a ton of stuff. We can come through the roof here, drop down into this cabinet that's got a fake front, and then run down this chase, drop it down the wall. And what I found out is underneath of here, the wires will come down. Then I can route it once it comes down there over this way. And then if I drill straight through, that'll get the wires into that main battery box. So that's where I want to go. So I'm I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna need some help to get those wires fished down there. I don't have it anyway. It doesn't come till Wednesday. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this box mounted and those wires run. Get everything I can ready. They're gonna come pick it up, I think, on Saturday. So trying to get all of this run that I can. I've got parts in. So this is, we want to put solar on the top and just kind of rough it in. So we'll put this on the roof, run the cables down. This is Bluetooth thermostat. And then this right here is I think it's a 20 or 30 amp. It's whatever they had available. Looks like 30 amp, where we'll terminate the solar into. And I got everything I need except for the parts that I really need, if that makes sense. So the two parts that I found needed fixing. They're not shipping. They're supposed to come on Tuesday. Now they say Friday. And that was these parts right here, the relays. So they're supposed to come those are the parts that I need to fix this. And they're not coming until Friday now. This is way in the morning before work, so just relative for time. The other thing we wanted to do, because they have an automatic, one of these relays shuts the battery off, but it's only like one piece. All of this stays on except for like a little bit of the 12 volt battery. So I ended up drilling the hole and installing that master switch. That's good for 300 amps. And so I put it in, and here's on the other side. So ended up wiring it up over here. So basically I just took the main that came in, and then I took another wire that I had off my bus. It's a 2-aught, and ran it over here. And then I put the shunt in, wired it up. I also got the steps working. That took a lot of rust stuff. And then I put in, just for reference here, as you're coming out, they had like everything up here and down here. So put a battery monitor right there. And I just used the one that I used on my batteries because it's 40 bucks and it works perfect. But basically, I ended up charging the battery, so I've got this set to 100 amps. He's got two 185 amp batteries, so they're good for 50%, so 185 amps. But this shows state of charge, the current draw, I don't know if you can see it or not, current draw, the current voltage, the current wattage, and then this is time. So right now I got it plugged in so I could charge it and kind of reset this to calibrate it. And if I unplug it and there's a load, it will tell you the amount of time you have left before you run your battery down. So I got that all in. And yeah, so now all I have to do is put those relays in and the Bluetooth thermostat. What I'm wanting to do is figure out where to mount this. I want to mount it like this on top of the roof, and I'd really like to get it right in here. So trying to figure out where to do that, and it's basically it right in between the window and here. I believe we'll go up on top and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So up here on the roof, we've got this refrigerator box. That's where basically just on this side, on the inside, is where I'm wanting to run the wires down. And then we've got the window over here. So I think this box, what I would like it to do, so here's the roof. I'd like it to be somewhat like this, and we don't have panels yet, but what I'm trying to do is just get access up here, and then we can worry about it later. So I'm gonna measure and see where to drop the cables, and And then I'm gonna drop the holes, put butyl tape in here, and then put this stuff over the top. Well, this is where I drilled the hole, and what I'm wanting to do, so here we are up on top. Zoom back. Wanting to just get this box roughed in, that way they've got a future box. So what I'm going to do now is drop those cables through and mark it, drill the holes, and then I'm going to cut and put this butyl tape around the bottom of the box, stick it down, stick these screws through, and then seal it up. So I put the wire down through here, and see if I can back up. So I put the screws down through. I had butyl tape go all the way around, and then I put that die core all the way around it as well, just to help seal it up. So now I've got the wires inside the box all done up top. So on the inside, this is what it looks like. I put, because it's foam, I got 3.5-inch bolts, and with washers, put them down through it. So I just have the wires coiled up in there. That might be as far as I go. The other thing, the relay finally came. So I've got that. So that's my next piece. That's the piece that I really need. All the rest of this stuff is icing on the cake. I think we're gonna go eat dinner first, so I gotta go do that and then come back here and see if I can get that relay in. All right, well, I ripped this one out and stuck that one in, and I'm getting 13 volts across. And so that's what the problem was. So we've got lights now. So these panels light up. So we got our ceiling lights. Fan's working, got it on right now. And then this panel I put in here, it shows the amount of watts coming out. So that's what was wrong. Still have that other one. I don't know what happened. I was supposed to get these Wednesday, and I got the one today, thank goodness. But this one right here, I don't think I get it till, tomorrow night, I think. But the battery disconnect, that makes it real nice, because then it shuts this whole panel off. So got her working. So I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I can't remember if I told you or not, I got this thermostat. Got a Bluetooth one to hook up, and this one, the one I got, is for a regular or with no heat pump, and this one's got a heat pump on it, so no good. But yeah, now we can run everything in here. And like I said, got the wires in there for the solar. It's over 90 in here, so I don't know if I want to work in here any longer. I'm freaking sweating. But at least the coach works. We got the disconnect. I got the battery monitor. Got that up on the roof. So we're pretty good. So I wanted to find out why this relay didn't work, and it's corroded. I don't know if you can see inside of there. So that's heavily corroded, and then that's corroded. So spinning that disc and cleaning those copper terminals would make it work, but for 25 bucks. So I don't know. I mean, that one post in there is rusted too. I don't know why it would do that, but I don't know. Thought that was interesting. Well, good morning, guys. I got the last relay in finally. So this is going to replace this one. And as far as I can tell, This comes from the start batteries, and this is the house batteries. And this is a module that connects them together. From what I read, it's almost like that connects it all the time. So it's kind of silly to me, because if you're plugged in, it connects it so it charges the start batteries. If you're driving down the road, it connects it so it charges the house batteries. I don't know when it would be unconnected. But anyway, it's bad. It's always on. If I do a continuity test, this is open, and so these are connected all the time. So I got a new one of these. This was the old one from this side, and you can see the contactors. They're a little corroded. Probably could have fixed this up, but I don't have anything. It's riveted together, and by the time I rivet it apart, it's only 20 bucks anyway. So I'm going to unhook that one and put this one in. Well, this 5-minute fix turned into longer. I'm undoing all of these nuts, and this one, there must have been some sort of moisture in here or something, but this thing locked up on here, and I'm turning on it, and the stud broke inside of here. So now I got to figure out, I guess I can hopefully it'll unhook from here and I can pull this out. But this has got 12.7 volts from the start batteries. So I'm going to wrap that up, and then I guess I'll unhook this one and then pull this out with the wire on it. And then I got to crack this in half, try to take that, unless I've got a nut for this. I need the nut and washer because the new one didn't come with it. So fun. So I was in luck. That one came off. So now I just got to I'm trying to get the nut and washer off, and also this connector. So I got to go take this apart, which I wanted to do anyway, and then see if I can grab that stud and then get that bolt off. So I'm gonna go do that next here. All right, so I brought it up here and drilled it apart. Yeah, I was hoping it'd pop right open here. Sometimes need 3 hands. There we go. Got that to pop open. There we go. That one wasn't as bad. There was a little bit of corrosion on there. I did notice it popped loose. I had it off for a couple of days, but it's got some corrosion down in there. It definitely needed to be replaced. But there's that stud in there. So now I got to try to I might try to just cut that off. I'll see if I can hold it. It's stripped on there somehow. It's almost like the threads on them are stripped. I don't understand it. So we'll get that taken off. So I just used my Sawzall and cut that off. That must have been pure copper because it just went right through there like butter. Now I gotta find, there's the washer. I gotta find the other part, see if I can get that off somehow. Somebody's gotta sweep their garage. Freaking gross. Ugh. There we go. It's a little hot. I gotta figure out how to get that bolt off unless I got another one. That's probably easiest. I just wanted to get this off. Okay, so I ended up replacing the 2 of them. I'm wondering if they just didn't have the right threads and they forced them on. So I got 2 of them that would fit. And like I said, this one here, the mounting's 180 degrees, so here and here. And these had a 90 degree. So what I've got to do is set that up in there and then mark it and drill it, and then I got to put it all back together. I'd film it, but I'm by myself. So I got this mounted. What I did was I put this one on loosely, this on loosely, put all that on loosely, and then drilled new holes and mounted it up. So now all I got to do is put the other wires on, turn it on. So got it all finished up just as they pulled up. So we'll see if they like it. What do you think?
Yeah, powered up, that's a good thing.
Lots of room, lots of sleeping space. It works. Did you see the little
I did, I was showing that.
battery monitor? And it works.
Yeah.
So, and then my handy dandy work on the thermostat. Figure you can just leave that out until you get the other one.
Yeah.
Unless you're not going to, then we can just stuff it back in.
I'll order a new one.
But we got it going.
So you got the other relay last night? You got it installed?
Yeah, except for one of the studs seized up on it. So then I had to end up taking some other wires out and then cutting the stud and then pulling the wire off.
Oh, jeez.
But we got it working. So yeah, everything's running. So he's gonna take off here. So it's got a ISB 6.7 liter Cummins diesel in it. So it starts right up. He's probably got to build a little bit of air pressure. It does have airbags in the back. And we'll watch him take off. All right, so there he goes. It's got an air horn on it too. I think it's 35 or 37 feet long. So it's actually perfect length. Compared to the Series 60, it's quiet. There they go. Well, like I said, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe. Well, it's kind of fun. Maybe somebody out there has got one that they can't get figured out on the house side anyway. Let me know.